Testing 1, 2. Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. How are we going for level back there? I'm just going to keep talking until you guys tell me to stop talking. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah. At the cricket. Adelaide. Welcome to Adelaide, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your time in Adelaide. Had a nice hot day today. Get a real taste for an Australian summer. How are we going for audio there? Yeah. It all comes out at the same level for everyone else. So I can't actually give you any more. You just have to turn up on your input. Or if you go to the media splitter on the other side of the room, I can crank up the level there. Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah. How are we going for level? Is everyone happy? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Are we all good at the back there? Is it alright? It's distorting? It's too much coming in? Is it just for you? Is that fine? Hang on, I'll just see if he's okay. You're on that side? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How's that going? Cool. All right. Are we all happy? I'm guessing that. No? Keep talking? Okay. No worries.
goes first?
Who has got the mics here? This is it. This is it. So one mic here and the other mic is there. Questions in English first, please. And wait for the mic.
No, this gentleman here.
Misbah, another World Cup, another defeat. How hard is this?
I think the game is gone now, so we have to just concentrate on the next one. Every game you lose is hard, especially in the World Cups, and you need to win the games.
Yep, here.
Misbah, despite you having such a talented side over the years, how does one explain this? Pakistan losing to India 6 occasions in the World Cup. How do you explain this?
I don't know. This is happening. You can't do anything about that. So I think they are playing well. Today they were thoroughly professional performance by them. They batted well and then they really bowled well. So full credit to them.
Misbah, India was not doing well. Yeah. And many players were out of form, especially bowlers were not doing well. And Virat Kohli and some other, Shikhar Dhawan, they were not doing well. All of them clicked together. Whereas, apart from you, there is no great performance today. So, is it due to the nerves which changed the game? What do you think is the turning point of the game?
I think it might be, as everybody know that Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli, they're all Suresh Raina, they're all very good batsmen, some of the top batsmen in the world. So I think they really played well today, and the kind of quality they have, they showed it today. I think we could not really manage to score that. Our batsmen really could not convert their starts, and some of them just got out early. So we need to learn that. Good players, we need on, go there and just try to do the job for the team. At the moment, even today, I think the guys were doing it before in the practice games, but today I think we just lost 3 quick wickets in the middle, and that's from where we just lost the way.
Misbah, is there any plan of shifting Yunus Khan back to the middle order and just provide a little more solidity to the middle order?
Let's see. Actually, with these restrictions in the field now, we are not actually getting the balance right, because you need a 5th bowler. So that's why sometimes you have to just sacrifice another batsman. So let's see in the coming games. We'll just think about that.
Misbah, this total was good enough to chase, because were you happy with the bowling, or was it that batting that went off, destroyed your plans?
I think it's all about just taking wickets. We could not just manage to take wickets even at the top, and then even in the middle overs. And when you're not taking wickets, it's really difficult to restrict opposition. But still, I think bowlers did very well in the last session, especially last 10-15 overs. They really bowled well, pulled them back. It was looking that they're going to score 340, 350, but at the end, I think they pulled them really back. 300 was pretty much chaseable, the kind of pitch it was. The ball was really coming well on the bat. But I think it's all about just going there, making partnerships and just finishing the games. But we just lost wickets on a regular basis, and 3 wickets went just like in 6-7 balls. That really hurt us.
Misbah, you spoke yesterday about the team's confidence building up in Australia over the past couple of weeks. That result, does that take you back to square one, or do you think you will still have enough momentum to build on?
No, I think still the way we played in the last 2 games, I think we can really go on and just win the coming games, because still the confidence is not that much down. I think a lot of positives even today in the bowling, especially the death overs, the way we bowled. I think we really need to just improve a little bit on taking wickets on a regular basis, in between even, in the middle overs, and then we need to really bat well.
Misbah, given the extra emphasis on the India-Pakistan rivalry, I know you lost, but is there any sense of relief that that game is now out of the way and you can concentrate on the World Cup proper, so to speak?
I think it's important for us to just concentrate on the games which are coming, we are going to play, because if you just keep on thinking about the game that is gone now, then it's really difficult for you to just perform well. So I think we need to win the coming game and perform well. That's the only way to stay in the tournament.
Misbah, you spoke about losing wickets regularly. Were you surprised at how consistent the Indian bowlers were with their lengths and with the intensity?
Yeah, I think they were bowling well, but still I think those were not the balls. We would have just survived those balls, because I think it was a little bit of, you could say, pressure, or we should not have lose those wickets.
Misbah, can you just talk a little bit about the support you received today? Your fans were excellent and the atmosphere was brilliant.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It is always like that whenever it's India, Pakistan. A lot of support for both the teams, so that was really good.
Yeah, now question in Urdu.
मिसबा इतना बड़ा इवेंट है, ऐसा लगता है कि अभी तक हम जो है एक कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं बना जो नज़र आ रहा है, जिस तरह की जो सिचुएशन है, मेक शिफ्ट ओपनर, मेक शिफ्ट विकेट कीपर, तो पिछला जो सारी एक्सरसाइज थी वो ऐसा लगता है कि बिल्कुल साइड में हो गई है और टीम जो ऐसे बिल्कुल तितर बितर है.
आई थिंक जो कम्बिनेशन हमारा पहले हम लोग वो खिला रहे थे, जो पहले कम्बिनेशन था, बट न्यूजीलैंड में भी 4 गेम्स खेली हमने, फिर यहाँ पे आके 2 प्रैक्टिस गेम्स खेली, तो जो हमें चीज़ नज़र आई वो कम्बिनेशन काम नहीं कर रहा था, इसलिए थोड़ा सा उस कम्बिनेशन को चेंज किया, और उसी को देखते हुए जो चेंजेस की. ऑब्वियसली जब इस किस्म की परफॉर्मेंस होती है तो फिर आपको कुछ ना कुछ चेंजेस करनी होती हैं.
क्या ये विकेट को आप बढ़िया बैटिंग विकेट कहोगे, क्योंकि बहुत कम शॉट्स हमें फ्रंट फुट पे देखने को मिले. शिखर धवन और कोहली ने स्ट्राइक रोटेट किया सिंगल्स भागते हुए, क्या वो टर्निंग पॉइंट आप मानोगे?
आई थिंक वो काफ़ी अच्छा खेले, पिच बहुत अच्छी थी, बट स्टिल जिस तरह उन्होंने खेला बगैर रिस्क लिए, उन्होंने पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड की, रोटेट भी किया और बाउंड्रीज भी मारी, तो आई थिंक उससे पूरी गेम जो है वो इंडिया की तरफ गई, जिस किस्म की पार्टनरशिप उन्होंने की.
मिसबा, अक्सर कहा ही जाता है कि सीनियर प्लेयर्स जो हैं उन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया, पाकिस्तान मैच हार गया, लेकिन अब पिछले कुछ 6-8 महीने से देखें तो यंगस्टर्स भी इनकंसिस्टेंट है, एक मैच में परफॉर्म करते हैं, 5-6 मैच फेल हो जाते हैं. तो क्या आप नहीं समझते कि अब ये वक्त आ गया है उमर अकमल, अहमद शहजाद, शोएब मकसूद या और जो दूसरे यंगस्टर्स हैं उनको भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी होगी?
आई थिंक उमर अकमल लास्ट, चाहे वो प्रैक्टिस मैचेस थे, दोनों मैचेस में बड़ा ज़बरदस्त खेला, और शोएब मकसूद भी बहुत अच्छी फॉर्म में है, बहुत अच्छा खेला. हारिस कन्वर्ट नहीं कर पा रहा, लेकिन आई थिंक जितने भी मैचेस वो पीछे खेला उसमें अच्छी फॉर्म है उसकी, अच्छा खेलता हुआ नज़र आ रहा है. ऑब्वियसली आई थिंक इन स्टार्ट्स को या इन रन्स को कंसिस्टेंटली इनको कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा बड़े स्कोर्स में. जो आई थिंक इनको एक्सपीरियंस होगा तो ये चीज़ बेहतर होगी, बट स्टिल आई थिंक कि हमें जो हम स्टार्ट लेते हैं, कोई भी हमारे बैट्समैन उसको कन्वर्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, ये वाकई हमारी कमज़ोरी, और इस चीज़ को जब तक नहीं हम समझेंगे, मेरे ख्याल में जीतना बड़ा मुश्किल होगा.
मिसबा, पाकिस्तान टीम भारत से नहीं जीत सकी, लेकिन टूर्नामेंट को आप किस तरह देख रहे हैं? पाकिस्तान को अब इस टूर्नामेंट में रहने के लिए जीत बहुत ज़रूरी है, तो क्या इस नाकामी से पाकिस्तान टीम दबाव का शिकार होगी?
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में ठीक है, मैच जो गुजर गया है वो गुजर गया है. स्टिल हमारी टीम कैपेबल है, और मेरे ख्याल में पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग से जाना चाहिए. एक मैच आप हारे हैं, कोई इशू नहीं है, नेक्स्ट मैच में अगर आप कम बैक कर सकते हैं जीत के, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इस थ्रू आउट इस वर्ल्ड कप ऐसे ही रहेगा, आप मैच हारेंगे भी जीतेंगे भी, लेकिन सबसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है वो ये है कि आपको अपना मोरल अप रखना है और कोशिश करनी है कि जहाँ से गलतियाँ हो रही हैं वो आप ना करें, और कम बैक करें, मैच जीतने की कोशिश करें आने वाले.
Thank you.
Congrats on this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ask one question at a time. Okay. Last one, Subhash.
MS, Virat Kohli had the century today, but could you talk a bit about Raina's innings and what his approach to the game today?
I think the role that's assigned to him, I think in this game he did it perfectly well. He was provided with a platform where he could go in and be a bit more expressive. What we really liked was, he took a few deliveries initially and then went on to play the big shot. So I felt he was more calculative in his innings, and he picked his areas, where he wanted to hit. He read the bowlers well as to where they wanted to bowl, and he put pressure, and that's what it's all about. If you can put pressure on the bowlers, you'll push them to commit more mistake or bowl in areas where they don't want to bowl. So overall, including the other batsmen, I think his innings was also special.
Well, this victory, how much of a boost will it be for the continuation? Because you were under pressure, so all these things will change, and it will be a positive approach towards the next match.
Our approach was always positive. The result was not in our favor. That's something that's really beyond our control. There were quite a few areas where we had to improve, both in the bowling and the batting department. I felt in this game, it clicked together. It's something that you have to do in tournaments like these. You have to be at your best, and I felt today was one game which was to a lot of extent a very complete game for all of us. But still, we can improve. There are still areas where we need to improve. In the first 5 overs, in quite a few games that we have played so far, we have given too many boundary deliveries, and that's where you have to actually put more pressure on the batsmen. You have to make use of the new ball. If they're taking risk and playing the big shots, and if they are successful, that's fair enough. But you don't want to give boundary opportunities, in the first 4 or 5 overs, because 5 overs, if they are close to 30 runs, you're putting pressure on yourself.
Could you please summarize the Indian innings for us? Because I think they bowled well at the start, at the end, towards the end. But the batting dominated in the middle overs. Could you please?
I personally felt, now with after playing a few games over here, I've realized it's not really easy to play especially with the new ball. There's variable pace to deal with initially, and it does a bit off the seam. But as the game progresses, it gets better and better. And in the second half, actually, there's not too much of swing. I felt the pace gets slightly better. It comes on nicely. There's a bit more bounce, but overall the swing actually disappears to a lot of extent. So I felt, after we lost Rohit, the partnership between Virat and Shikhar was very crucial, because the ball was doing a bit. And if you see the Pakistan team, their strength is, as of now, fast bowling. And I felt they bowled really well. And, once the partnership was going, after that, once we got the start, I think, we played some very good shots to, put the pressure back on the bowlers. And once we had good partnership and with wickets in hand and with players like Raina, who are about to come in, I felt we did really good to get 300 runs on the board.
Sanjay.
Some of the players are not doing well. I mean, we talked about bowlers before this game, that they're not doing well, and Shikhar was not doing well. So, what do you think? What worked for them? Was it the challenge before them, Big Mac challenge, worked for all the team members?
I think it's a mix of everything. Again, I personally feel the 8 to 10 day break that we had, that also helped us a lot. Everybody went off, did their respective things, and then we came back. And you can use it in a way to say, okay, let's divide this whole tour into 2 tournaments. Like first the test matches and the tri-series, then you break it, and then you say, okay, the World Cup is a fresh start for us. So I felt, that was something that we managed really well. As I said, the morale of the team was good, though the results were not in our favor. We knew we have showed that, in flashes that a few batsmen have batted well, a few times the bowlers have bowled well, but it was important for us to do that, as a team. And this was one game where we did. Pakistan game also, we showed improvement and we were quite consistent. This game was a fantastic game for us, as far as the bowling, batting and the fielding department is concerned. But this can be a benchmark. In the coming games, we'll be playing tougher sides, and hopefully we'll be able to replicate the performances.
Mahi, at one stage you looked good for 320 or 330, but 300 was still a huge total, especially in an India-Pakistan World Cup match. How much pressure do you think that weight of runs exerted on Pakistan?
It's difficult to say. The reason being, on wickets like these, at times what we have seen is if you have a partnership going, if you have wickets in hand, and if somebody starts to middle the deliveries, it becomes quite hard to contain the batsman. Most of the teams, what they're doing is they're just pulling back of the length, and asking the batsman to clear the boundaries, irrespective of how good a batsman you are. That's one strategy that almost all the teams have deployed, and it is working. But we'll have to see. In some game you'll see somebody is really middling the shots, and if it goes outside the boundary, then they'll have to fall back to their other plan of bowling Yorkers and everything. But as far as the tournament is concerned, so far that's a strategy that has been working, and most of the teams are falling for that. So we'll have to wait and watch, because we have seen it becomes difficult to contain because of the pace of the wicket, and also with that extra fielder inside, at times you feel, okay, where to really bowl so that, we can contain the batsman.
Last 4 in English: Kushan, Gautam Bhattacharya, Debashish Datta, Kaushik.
You used Umesh in short bursts today, and what was the plan behind it, and what will exactly be Mohit's role as the third seamer? What do you expect as a captain?
Frankly, Umesh sprayed a bit. That was the reason to stop him in the first 5 overs. I wanted him to use the new ball well, which I felt he didn't to a lot of extent. But he always has pace, so I gave him a break over there. Mohit, and so far Mohit has been really consistent with his line and length, which I feel is the key for him. He has that variation of pace. He uses the bouncer well. So far he has proved himself. He's not someone who gets a lot of bounce, but he's quite consistent with his line and length. And I felt, if we bowl well with the new ball, if we get more wickets with the new ball, we can put pressure, because what we are doing right now is every day we have to see, okay, today who's bowling well, and accordingly, it's not like you have a fixed role assigned for everyone. Every time you have to see, okay, today this guy is bowling really well, how to use him, how to use spinners in a specific way. Because if you compare how we have been using spinners and how we are using the fast bowlers in the middle over, it's entirely different to how we have done so far. So I feel a lot of improvisation is going on, because this is the best that we have to got, and we have to improvise and use it in the best possible manner.
MS, how difficult was your role as a captain following a disappointing series in Australia, such an important high voltage match? And secondly, how do you explain India's record against Pakistan in the World Cup?
Well, the record is good, but it's something that I don't want to get into, because there'll come a time when we will lose, irrespective of whether it happens this World Cup, next World Cup, or 4 World Cups down the line. It's not something that will stay till the world exists. So no point really thinking about it. Yes, we are proud of the fact that we have done it, but if you just see the stats, India-Pakistan stats, we are way behind victories when it comes to that. They have really dominated. So I feel definitely World Cup is something that we can, to some extent, be proud of. But overall, you have to see, they are a fantastic side. They don't have the kind of players that they had, but still, if you see from talent point of view, they've always got good fast bowlers. I feel their strength was all-rounders. They were, still getting all-rounders like Abdul Razak and all, but they don't have it, so they don't have the luxury. Again, they have to, go in with 3-2 combination, and, if you don't really have a seam-up all-rounder, it actually affects the composition of the side. So overall, they are a fantastic side. As far as the World Cup record is concerned, we are definitely proud of it, but it will be broken at some point of time. Well, that's really the job of the leader. Again, what we wanted to do from the management point of view was to keep the morale high, the dressing room atmosphere, because it is very crucial, because if the morale is down, then it becomes more difficult to come back. Till everybody is smiling and, even going through a lot of difficulties and problems, even if you have that genuine smile on your face and if you turn up every day to improve yourself, as a cricketer, the result will follow. It may be one game, it may be a tournament, but it's not the end of the world. And that's how I feel, sports, any sport needs to be taken. At times we try to give too much importance to test series that we play outside India, or a tri-nation, or a bilateral outside the country. I feel all of them are the same. We should be proud of winning at home, and we should try to win outside also. There should not be any demarcation as to, okay, he has got a century here, but he has to score there. So there's no need to just add but, and that actually adds pressure onto the youngsters, because they come and they score centuries in India, but whenever they get complimented, there's always a but that follows, and it's okay, but he has to score there. We all know we need to score outside the subcontinent. It is a challenge for all of us, but it's not like every time whenever you get a compliment, it's followed by but.
Where do you hide your magic wand? Because when the team is doing very badly, people have lost their hope, and suddenly you come up, and on the eve of the World Cup, your team and you personally has assured that everything will be all right. The other day, Shikhar Dhawan and Suresh Raina, they also said that don't worry, we will come back, and you do come back, and it's been happening again and again. So that's why I'm saying that why do you and how do you hide your magic wand?
I think it's the belief and trust that we have in each other. At times it takes time. Not to forget, it's a competitive sport. We represent our country, we want to do well, but it's the same with all the other countries also. They're representing their respective teams. At times the condition favors the other team more than it favors us. So you have to accept all of that. At times you have to accept that, you were beaten by your opposition, that was more suited to the condition, or that played better cricket on that particular day. What's very important is to have that belief, and that magic wand actually is the support staff and the 15 players, because, irrespective of what others think, what really matters is what the guys are thinking, what 15 people who are part of the team are thinking, and how the management is working. Till we are moving in one direction and we are together, there are more chances of us making a strong comeback.
My defending champions' first game, not great results in the tri-series. How important was it for you to win, and win in the manner in which you did?
Well, I think it's important to start off, because we have not won a lot of game. In Afghanistan was the only warm-up game that we had won. So once you start thinking about all these things, you get caught up, with a lot of thoughts. So what was important was to not think about the past. It's something that you will keep getting flashes, but it was important not to, get entangled with these thoughts. Think more about the process, what needs to be done, because ultimately what will really matter is the present. At times, what we have seen is, you have pressure of expectation and, that burden of your own performance, that you want to do. So all of that really plays a part, but I felt, the guys did really well, because, a World Cup opening game against Pakistan, it is a high-stake game, but at the same time, we don't want to give it too much of an importance, because irrespective of whether you're playing Pakistan or Australia, the games are as important. You get the same number of points. Your run rate, depending on the margin you win with, it's the same. So I feel, we tried to keep it as normal as possible, and to a lot of extent, we were able to do that.
Last 4 questions in Hindi. Rajaram, Sunandan Lele, Derek.
MS रैना को नंबर 4 पे भिजाने के पीछे क्या सोचती? क्या आप लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड कॉम्बिनेशन देख रहे थे, या फिर पावर प्ले आपके जहन में था? और
नहीं, लेफ्ट और राइट कॉम्बिनेशन डेफिनेटली देख रहे थे थोड़ा, बट इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी बोला है, कि बैटिंग जो स्लॉट होता है, स्लॉट से इम्पॉर्टेंट ओवर्स होते हैं, क्योंकि आप अपने गेम को स्पेशलाइज करते हो, एक जनरल पैटर्न के तहत अब जैसे रायना है यूजुअली 30 ओवर के आसपास प्लस माइनस 2 to 4 ओवर्स, वो एक ऐसा ब्रैकेट है जब उसको बैटिंग करना जाना चाहिए सो दैट पावर प्ले के पहले वो कुछ ओवर्स खेल ले, देख ले पिच का बाउंस कैसा है, उसके बाद वो एक्सेलरेट कर सकता है एंड ही हैज़ टू स्टे टिल द एंड। जितने ज़्यादा देर तक वो बैटिंग करेगा हमने देखा है कि उसको रोक पाना बहुत मुश्किल है। सो आफ्टर द फर्स्ट 3 उसके बाद जो हमारा बैटिंग है हम चाहते हैं कि काफ़ी फ्लोटर्स उसमें रहें, क्योंकि अब 30वें या 32वें ओवर में विकेट गिरता है उस समय अगर अजिंक्या को भेजें तो उसके ऊपर एक अनड्यू प्रेशर रहेगा टू मेंटेन दैट स्कोरिंग रेट। उस जॉब के लिए रायना इज़ बेटर सूटेड। तो हम बैटिंग नंबर से ज़्यादा हम ये देखते हैं कि इस सिचुएशन में कौन बेहतर बैट्समैन है, सिचुएशन के हिसाब से हम प्रमोट और डिमोट करते हैं बैट्समैन को। बट इट्स समथिंग दैट ओनली हैपन्स इन दैट गेम, इट डजंट गेट कैरीड फॉरवर्ड। हमें देखना पड़ता है कंडीशन क्या है, कौन कौन से बॉलर बचे हुए हैं, उसके हिसाब से हम भी डिसीजन लेते हैं।
माही, ये क्रिकेट खेल की तरफ आप कैसा देखते हो, क्योंकि मेहनत कर रहे थे, रिजल्ट्स नहीं आ रहे थे और आज एक साथ सब फटाके फूट गए, तो क्या आप कहोगे भैया ऑल इज वेल?
नहीं, अभी तक तो बोल सकते हैं। अगेन रिज़ल्ट जो चीज़ है वो हमारे बस में नहीं होती है, बट मेहनत करना हमारे बस में होता है, जो प्रिपरेशन होता है वो हमारे बस में होता है। तो इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है कि आप मैच जीते या हारे, अगर आप उसी इंटेंसिटी से और उतना ही लगन से अगर आप प्रिपरेशन करते हैं तो जो भी रिज़ल्ट हो यू विल हैव टू एक्सेप्ट, और उसके बाद जो गलतियां होती हैं उसको आप अपने साथ फॉरवर्ड लेके चलो अपने अगले मैच में, सो दैट आप गलतियां ना दोहराओ। जितने देर में आप गलती करेंगे उतने आप बेहतर बैट्समैन या बॉलर बनेंगे। सो ये सारी चीज़ें ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस रखती हैं, तो हम इसी पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देते हैं कंपेयर टू हर एक जो आप मैच हारते हैं वो मैच हारने का बर्डन अपने साथ लेके जाएंगे तो उससे बाहर आना और ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है।
लास्ट टू डेरिक एंड संडे।
माही, विराट का नॉक जो था टिपिकल एग्रेसिव नॉक नहीं था, काफ़ी कॉशियस लग रहे थे, तो उनका रोल आज स्पेसिफिकली शीट एंकर का था, और क्या ज़रा बता सकते हो उसके बारे में?
नहीं, अगर आप देखें तो मैंने बोला इनिशियली बहुत इजी विकेट नहीं था, थोड़ा वेरिएबल बाउंस था, और साथ में उनकी जो पाकिस्तान टीम की स्ट्रेंथ है उनकी स्ट्रेंथ भी फास्ट बॉलिंग है, तो अच्छे एरियाज़ में उन्होंने बॉलिंग की। दे मेड श्योर कि विराट के लिए और दूसरे बैट्समैन के लिए भी काफ़ी मुश्किल था फ्रीली स्ट्राइक रोटेट करना, बट बीच में उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बैटिंग की। जब शाहिद अफरीदी आए और दूसरा स्पिनर आया और एक तरह से फास्ट बॉलर लगे ही हुए थे, उस समय भी उन्होंने स्ट्राइक अच्छे से रोटेट किया, और जो बीच में डिलीवरीज मिली उस पर बाउंड्रीज भी ली, और जितना कम रिस्क लेके आप जितना ज़्यादा रोटेट कर सकते हैं उतना अच्छा आप बोल सकते हैं एक प्लेटफॉर्म आपको मिलता है। सो आई थिंक बहुत ही अच्छी बैटिंग की विराट ने आज, और हर गेम में डिमांड के हिसाब से और विकेट के बिहेवियर के हिसाब से आपको अपना गेम थोड़ा ऑल्टर करना पड़ता है, विच आई फील हैज़ टू बी डन। तो उसमें विराट ने आज काफ़ी उन सारी चीज़ों को देखते हुए काफ़ी अच्छी बैटिंग की। अब शिखर को भी अगर आप देखें तो नॉर्मली काफ़ी एग्रेसिव खेलते हैं, बट आज काफ़ी अच्छा रोटेट करके खेल रहे थे, और दे वर कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग ईच अदर, विच आई फील इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट।
लास्ट
भाई, ये बड़ा इमोशनली ड्रेनिंग गेम होता है पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट, तो आर यू रिलीव्ड दैट दिस गेम अब इज आउट ऑफ द वे, नाउ यू कैन कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप?
वेल येस, इट इज़ इमोशनली काफ़ी ड्रेनिंग होता है। कितना भी हम बोल रहे हैं कि नॉर्मल गेम है, बट वो उतना नॉर्मल नहीं होता है, थोड़ा सा स्पाइस ऊपर से लग ही जाता है। 5 स्टार में जाए तो थोड़ा ऊपर से खाना सजा के ही दिया जाता है, तो उस टाइप से थोड़ा होता है, तो थोड़ा इमोशनली ड्रेनिंग डेफिनेटली होता है। बट एट द सेम टाइम जो लड़के होते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा चार्जड अप रहते हैं, एंड उस इंटेंसिटी को और उसको चैनलाइज करना इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है। तो इस गेम में हमने देखा कि सारी चीज़ें हमने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से की, बट जैसा कि मैंने बोला कि काफ़ी एरियाज़ अभी भी हैं जहां हमें इम्प्रूव करना पड़ेगा। स्पेशली बॉलर्स को और ज़्यादा भार लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हर बार हम उनको 300 रन लेके नहीं दे सकते हैं। सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट कि एक बार जब 300 रन बन गए हैं तो धीरे धीरे उनका परफॉर्मेंस भी बढ़ता रहे, ताकि जब आप टूर्नामेंट में आगे को बढ़ते जाए तो यू रिलाई अलॉट ऑन योर बॉलर्स ऑल्सो। हर बार हम ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि एक पार प्लस स्कोर करके बैट्समैन देंगे उसके बाद हम उसको डिफेंड करेंगे। एट टाइम्स ऐसा भी सिचुएशन आ सकता है कि हम सेकंड बैटिंग कर रहे हैं और इम्पॉर्टेंट होगा कि हम ऑपोजिशन को 240 या 230 पे रोकें, क्योंकि यहाँ पे वी डोंट नो व्हाट अ गुड स्कोर इज़। किस विकेट पे 240 भी अच्छा होता है, बट सेम विकेट में अगर आपकी पार्टनरशिप हो गई तो 270 भी बन सकते हैं। तो वेरिएबल्स काफ़ी हाई हैं, तो इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि अगर आपको एक मौका मिला है जहाँ पे आप ऑपोजिशन को कम रन में रोक सकते हैं तो यू हैव टू मेक द मोस्ट आउट ऑफ इट, और उसको मेक श्योर करना चाहिए कि हम बैट्समैन के लिए जॉब ईजी कर दें।
Thank you.